Well, the dominoes continue to fall in the transfer portal. Big news coming out of the NCAA moments ago. They have denied an extra year of eligibility for the Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss. This is the third time that they have denied a lengthy explanation. And if you'd like to read the lengthy explanation, you can follow us on Twitter at the number 3ManFront. We have tweeted that out. The attorney, Tom Mars, who represents Trinidad Chambliss, he says that Ole Miss will file an appeal to the NCAA, looking at potentially filing paperwork in the state of Mississippi in the judicial system to try to go after the NCAA and get an injunction for Trinidad Chambliss. Now, Molly, meanwhile, as that was going on, Pete Nakos from On3 had an interesting story about the potential future of the Ole Miss quarterback room.
Yeah, so he has his predictions that he gives, and he logged that we could see Auburn transfer Deuce Knight land at Ole Miss.
Okay, so that was his prediction, that Deuce Knight. It's been kind of quiet on the Deuce Knight front. I'm not really sure where else. Do you know where else Deuce Knight had visited or had been rumored?
No,
Landrum?
That was the only other place that I'd seen.
Just Ole Miss?
Was Ole Miss, and that's why we kept talking about it, was
and maybe coming back to Auburn.
His announcement was hinging on maybe a ruling from the NCAA with Trinidad Chambliss. Now, the best news for Ole Miss and how this could all work out is Deuce Knight goes ahead, he signs his deal, he's there on the roster, and then Trinidad Chambliss decides that he's going to come back. But, yeah, Deuce Knight, talented dude, but I still believe that Trinidad Chambliss, if he chooses to, will be the quarterback of Ole Miss next year.
And Conrad brought up a great scenario. What if Trinidad Chambliss, because of the way he has performed down the stretch, especially on a big national stage against the top-notch talent that Ole Miss has faced, that the NFL decides that that would be his best calling? Maybe he tells his attorney, Tom Mars, just don't worry about it. I'm going to go off to the NFL. Now, according to multiple reports, his deal at Ole Miss is going to be north of $5 million for this season if he's ruled eligible. So, and Conrad also brought up the fact of a contract in the NFL, a second-round quarterback, Tyler Shuck, who is the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. His deal, I believe, 4 years, $10 million. So kind of gives you an idea of how much more money you can make, Landrum, in the college game today than you can playing professional football.
Yep. And to keep you up to date on other guys that have signed already for Auburn, they land South Florida wide receiver Keyshawn Singleton. He was the top pass catcher for the Bulls last year at South Florida, almost 900 yards. They get him, and they also get a offensive tackle from James Madison. 4-year guy there at James Madison, but he signs with Auburn as well. So it feels like that they're going to keep adding offensive linemen. You can never have enough, but right tackle, left tackle from the kid, was it Stansel? Am I saying his name correct?
Yes.
From Thompson, Michigan State, and now the kid from James Madison. Alex Golesh continuing to try to put together that roster for his first season.
Only one player has come out of the portal today for the University of Alabama. They got a punter from North Alabama. His name is Adam Watford. He's a Dothan, Alabama native. He was a coach specialist of the year of his conference, averaged 46.5 yards per punt. He had the long of 74 yards, 21 total, 50-plus yards punt. And listen, we were having some fun a little bit earlier because I remember last year we kind of had some fun at the expense of the Colorado School of Mines. You remember when Alabama got a player from the Colorado School of Mines, and he contributed to the team. So, again, we're just having a little fun, folks.
So back to the Trinidad thing, because I've been trying to find like mock drafts or anything, because they like to do them after the playoff games and things like that are done. So this isn't a mock draft, but this is from Mel Kiper. This was from a couple of days ago, but this was his, I guess, ranking of the top quarterback prospects for this year's draft. So Mendoza's 1, Dante Moore's 2, Ty Simpson is 3, John Mateer's actually 4th, right behind Ty Simpson. Carson Beck is 5th, and then Trinidad Chambliss would be 6th, right behind Carson Beck. So that's according to just Mel Kiper, but I mean that's crazy when you think. I mean he's ahead of Nussmeier and Drew Aller and Klubnik and all these guys that were, supposed to be the real deal this year.
Brad Crawford from CBSSports.com, he just had an interesting tweet saying that combined Trinidad Chambliss and Kewan Lacey there at Ole Miss, that the Rebels have committed over $7 million for those two players for next year.
Whoa.
So that means Lacey's getting 2.
Two players, $7 million for Ole Miss.
What's Stribling's year?
Yeah, I don't know. You're going to want to keep Wallace. That's like their
Stribling is a senior.
Did you laugh when Odom dropped some passes last night?
Yeah, but then he caught the 2-point conversion at the end. Good for him, I guess. I'm just glad to see a former tight end at Alabama. I guess he was a wide receiver, but actually go on and play at his other school. It's been a problem for them lately.
Two players, $7 million for Ole Miss next year. I'd like to know what else, what's their total number?
Yeah. I mean, those are two great guys, but that's a lot.
I mean, when Lacey kind of tweaked his hamstring last night, I mean, what was the number I saw?
Well, I mean, I think a guy like Lacey, he goes and says, man, look at the team we had 2 years ago. They weren't able to make the playoffs, but we did because you couldn't run the football 2 years ago, and now you can. And
He had
kind of
10. He
important.
had 10 carries after his touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
30 yards, 3 yards per carry.
Well, the 50-yarder helps
Well, like I said,
70-yarder helps
After
the average.
his 73-yard run,
Yeah, he didn't do much.
yeah, he only got 10 other carries because he was out because they wanted to wait till halftime to try to rewrap his leg to try to make sure that his hamstring wasn't going to pop off his bone.
Ow. Ew.
It's a great visual. Thank you.
I got a video if y'all want to
No.
No.
see what
No.
that looks like.
I'm
No.
good.
No.
No.
Here, Molly, take a look.
I will block your number again, Pat. No.
Again?
She never did. She says she did, but she didn't.
It's when the burner phone comes out. Why am I getting Marcus Lattimore injury videos on my
Ugh.
from a random phone number?
That was a good one.
Which
Lattimore was a good one.
Yeah.
one? The first or the second one? Unfortunately for him.
I like
Was
the
it-
Moises Alou.
How about the Chubb one?
Is the
at
Moises
Georgia?
Alou where the bone goes through the skin?
Remember the Chubb
No.
one?
Yeah, that one was bad.
The Chubb one at Tennessee. That was a screenshot for me. Like,
Fitzgerald at Mississippi State, it ended up not being that bad, but it looked horrible.
Yeah.
The egg
Oh,
bowl.
the Nick Fitzgerald one? Yeah, that was bad. There's been some bad ones.
Remember that guy in the program? The linebacker?
Oh, yeah.
When his knees going the wrong way.
hmm
But that was a movie.
If you ever want to, you remember, was it Kevin Ware, the Louisville basketball player?
Stop.
No, that was really bad.
Don't even.
That is the exact same injury that I had when I fell down the cave.
Was it really?
Yeah, the exact same thing. Like the bone was out in the same spot and
Oh,
Yeah.
everything.
stop.
I was
That-
sliding
that-
down a hill when
That
I
was
was
in
a
the
kid.
Final Four, wasn't it? That happened at Louisville.
Yeah, it was in the NCAA tournament. I forgot when, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was sliding down a hill as a kid, and a little baby pine tree had a limb out, and it went
I
through
remember
my,
you
it
telling
went through
me
my
that.
armpit and almost punctured my lung.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
insane.
Yeah, there was a hole there, Molly.
You got a nice scar?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, we're done, Molly.
You guys got Quasi Gilmer out of the portal, Molly. That's exciting.
Woo.
He
Quasimodo.
looks like he's got 2 knees.
Thank goodness.
It looks like he has 2 knees.
And a big red heart.
A big red heart.
Could you have legs without knees? Or would they just be jello?
What?
Well, you just said he has 2 knees, and I started thinking, well, what would a person look like with just 1 knee? Like, does one of your legs just like float around, kinda? Like, I don't know. I just feel like the knee is very important to. Just thinking out loud here.
Lieutenant Dan only had 1 knee.
Well, yeah, but he was in a
Yeah.
wheelchair. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Can your leg support itself without your knee? I guess that's essentially what I'm getting at here.
If you're a physician, we would like for you to text in 205-834-9450 to answer Conrad's medical question of the day.
That'd be a fun segment we can get Paige on for.
So Mike Rodak was on the show at 11 o'clock this morning, and we actually asked him a question about what he anticipated Alabama to do from the roster and how many guys out of the transfer portal that they would get. Currently, Alabama has 7 out of the transfer portal, and he believed that it definitely will be double digits. He was saying maybe in the neighborhood of 17, 18, something like that.
Yep.
Maybe close to 20. I just read where LSU just got their 18th commitment out of the portal.
Yeah, he's a good one too.
Played at the University of Illinois, Malik Elzy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a brand new commitment.
You'll love this about him. He had 7 catches for 84 yards, and then he entered the transfer portal after they won a game in September.
So basically, he's like the head coach he's about to go play for.
Saying.
He's all about commitment.
I just like that he went, you know what? As insufferable as Brett Bielema is, I'm going to go to play for a coach that's even worse.
Yeah.
He's like, how can I make my life even more tormented? I'm going to go play for Lane Kiffin instead of Burt.
Can you imagine how many mental days off he's going to need from practice to go see the sports shrink dealing with Brett Bielema and Lane Kiffin?
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen because we remember what happened last time Lane Kiffin met with you remember that?
Maybe he's just good with landing on squads that are highly ranked in the preseason.
That's his thing.
Oh, you better believe in Tampa or Auburn South, however you want to call it, when we're at SEC Media Days this upcoming summer. Oh, it'll be the LSU Love Fest again,
Mm-hmm.
just like it was last year in Atlanta. It was disgusting.
Even if they don't have a quarterback, it'll somehow be, they're going to work some witchcraft and
Yeah.
yeah.
Lane Kiffin is the second best coach behind Kirby Smart in all of college football, and he's going to lead us to the promised land.
Without a quarterback.
Because we heard all about those 20 mercenaries that LSU got out of the portal last year and how much money they paid.
Had the best portal class according to On3.
And Garrett
last
Nussmeier
year.
was going to win a Heisman Trophy. He's going to be right up there with Joe Burrow. And all right.
All right. Smokey another one.
Meanwhile, Landrum and I are talking to this girl from Tex Ags.
Yeah, a lot of help she was.
Yeah. And we're like going,
Hey,
hey,
put together our predictions. Just trying to get
we like your
some-
input.
Yeah, we like your input.
Like, what do you think?
There's no way we're going more than 8-4.
she absolutely torpedoed. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want Billy Lucci to fire her. But I mean, she just like
And
absolutely.
she looked at us like,
She threw a wet blanket on it big time. Landrum and
No.
I were like, we were literally asking for information. We're like, look, because Texas A&M's on the last day of media days.
nobody was talking about Texas A&M.
Nobody was talking about them. And I was like, hey, look, she does a show every day. Let's talk to her. Let's see what she has to say about Texas A&M. And she's like, oh, man, you guys are crazy if you're going to put them in the top 5.
Well, I remember you told me that, and I went, "Oh, sweet!" So I put them at 10th or 11th, I think, in my rankings.
Was
Said,
she,
oh, if
was
they're
she
not
the
sold
one?
on them, okay.
Was she the one later where the word got around that Lane had slid into her DMs?
I think, you know what? I think it was.
I thought it was someone from St. Louis.
Oh, that was
There was 2 other young women from St. Louis who was doing a daily show
Yeah.
there. Oh, so you mean to think that Lane Kiffin didn't slide into multiple DMs?
Ah, that's fair. Yeah, you're probably right.
But I mean, there is some skill there. I mean, they're in an open media session. He's getting questions
no
from
shame.
the media pool, and he immediately identifies who's asking the question in the quick follow-up DM. Trained professional.
There is only one Lane Kiffin. Thank God for that. But there's only one.
Yeah.
Born in Lincoln, Nebraska.
That's right.
And look, we'd be a lot less entertained without him. So I'm thankful for him. I'm glad he's around, but a lot of headaches, man.
Oh, but they're overlooking that.
I don't think some LSU fans are.
We
You
also
might have
asked
some that they're saying all the right things, but
Mike Rodak if he anticipated any coaching changes, because I think a lot of Alabama fans would love to see a change at the offensive line position. And
well, some would like to just see Others, yes, but offensive line coach Cap would be the first.
Well, they would like to probably
the
see,
bonehead, get him out of here.
yeah, they would like to probably start at the top of the list, and then if it's not DeBoer, then maybe go with Grubb, and then maybe the offensive line coach. That's kind of I think the pecking
See,
order.
I would say my pecking order right now, or what I think the general fan is, Kapilovich at the top, Grubb 2, and then DeBoer. In terms of like how many Alabama fans want
And
them
then the
gone.
way things are trending, maybe Courtney Morgan fourth.
Yes, potentially. Don't
Well-
hear Kane Womack's name like that anymore. See, people seem to be happy with him now.
So Alabama has updated their coaching bios on their website. Sometimes that's kind of the first clue when somebody's either been fired or they've kind of moved positions. And they've officially now elevated Brian Ellis to quarterbacks coach
Mhm.
from tight ends coach.
A
And
former UAB quarterback who is highly
You're-
thought of.
Well, it was funny because I saw a lot of people on social media yesterday of, we're moving a tight ends coach to quarterbacks. What does he know about coaching quarterbacks?
A lot.
Well, he played quarterback in college. He coached quarterbacks at USC. He's been an offensive coordinator.
And at Georgia Southern.
Yeah, and at Western Kentucky. Like, he's the outlier is him being a tight ends coach. That's not his forte. It's the quarterback.
but
No,
the
he'll do a good
offensive
job.
line coach is still
Yeah.
employed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've seen people go get Scott Huff. Like, you're gonna wait until the end of the NFL post, on top of the fact that you're the offensive line coach of the Seahawks. Why would you leave that?
D'Amico Ryans, he won't be doing anything in a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of things that'll happen before that.
Sam Pittman.
Sam Pittman's just drinking beer and enjoying
I
barbecue
was about to say he's just having a good old time.
Mhm.
on the pontoon boat, enjoying life.
Be nice.
Very much so. Foundation repair, basement waterproofing. How about concrete leveling, concrete repair? Alabama Professional Services has been around since 1977. They've solved all of these issues for homeowners over the years. Get started today at 205 951 9717. Concrete repair, very important around your house because if you're dealing with unsightly cracked concrete on your sidewalk, driveway, patio, or even your pool deck, and you're worried about it being a tripping or safety hazard for your house, the experts at Alabama Professional Service, they offer affordable concrete repair solutions. You protect the look of your concrete. Their technicians use the latest technology and techniques to lift, level, seal, and protect your concrete. So give them a call. That's Professional Services, located all across the state of Alabama. It's a local company. They've got offices all across our great state. 205 951 9770. Alabama Professional Services.
Pat's got questions. We try to answer those. Pat ponders the final edition of the week next. 121, three-man front. We continue to have our final Pat Ponders of the week. We'll get to that. Transfer portal aftermath of Ole Miss falling to Miami in the first semifinal last night. Hurricanes come back. Carson Beck late touchdown, 31-27. Tonight we get Indiana and Oregon. Indiana a 3.5-point favorite as they play there from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Last night, it was estimated 30,000, the contingent from Ole Miss, around 12,000 for Miami. What do you think the breakdown looks like tonight, Pat, between the Indiana fans and the Oregon fans? Do you think it's similar, 30-12 breakdown?
I think it will be I don't think there'll be a lot of green there at all.
I don't either.
I think it'll all be red.
That game coming up tonight, 6:30, once again, 3.5. That is the spread. Rematch, in case you weren't following Big Ten football from earlier in the season when Indiana went to Eugene and knocked off the Ducks by a final score of 30-20.
Oh, sorry, a little discombobulated as Landrum was. We just saw this. We're trying to check something out, but there's a story that Auburn wide receiver Eric Singleton has entered the transfer portal, which,
according to Matt Zenitz, he was going to the NFL draft. He has now changed his mind and decided to go in the portal instead.
and they say that University of Florida
You see that?
is the team to watch for his services.
Because his former offensive coordinator is now the offensive coordinator
Yep.
for John Sumrall at Florida.
You are right.
Only one Singleton, apparently.
So
on
we
the
could
roster
have
for Auburn.
Jalen Mbakwe. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
No, he went to Georgia Tech.
You're right. I'm thinking of where he was before. Never mind.
But the big story in college football happened about 45 minutes ago as it came down where the NCAA has denied Trinidad Chambliss' 6 year of eligibility. His attorney, Tom Mars, says Ole Miss will appeal. They've already had 2 appeals. This will be the 3rd appeal. And then if that doesn't work, then Tom Mars is ready to get into a Mississippi courtroom to try to go after and get an injunction to allow Trinidad Chambliss to play an extra year of football in college.
Do have some more news out of the transfer portal if you want it. And this one also comes from Baton Rouge, from LSU. Another wide receiver. A slot redshirt freshman wide receiver. Lane Kiffin has grabbed from McNeese State. Josh Jackson, 6'2", 205-pounder, New Orleans native. Had 20 catches, 258 yards, no touchdowns in 6 games with McNeese this past season. It's his second transfer because if some of you will remember, he transferred from UAB back in 2024.
Okay.
So that will make the 19th player that Lane Kiffin has gotten out of the portal.
That will make the second wide receiver in 20 minutes that Lane Kiffin has gotten. And the combined catches, 27 between the two this past season.
Peter Rauterkus from AL.com, he has notified all of us on social media that Alabama transfer Kelby Collins is currently in Auburn on a visit.
Conrad, go ahead.
Go ahead, turn your mic on. America would love to know your feelings on that.
Just move along, Auburn. I would just move along.
Can you give us anything outside of that?
I would spend my money on other players. The local kid from Gardendale. I would just refer you to the Clinton Dix tweet from a couple of days ago on this matter. It's just
Production?
well, I mean, if I'm being ugly, I apologize because I know some people think I'm mean to the players, but I'm looking at it as, I mean, you're getting paid a lot of money to come and produce, and you now have a track record of being at 2 SEC programs and not doing that. So
First off, you know me, I don't have a problem at all. You can be as critical as you want to. These people are getting paid money.
that's my thing.
We get paid money. If we don't deliver for our company, we don't have a job. And 99% of the population out there, they're under the same thing. You don't deliver for your employer, you're gone. And I know technically you can't say that these players aren't employees of the university, but you're paying them a lot of money. You're paying them more than anybody in our listening audience basically makes in a year.
Correct. Yeah.
So if you want to be critical because they drop balls and they're not living up to their end of the bargain, I have no problem. I don't have no problem you booing them. I've always been that way, even before people started actually paying them above board. I know Landrum doesn't feel that way, but I do. I mean,
no, I just said I don't personally boo.
Well, I don't personally do it either.
If you want to boo, boo. I don't care.
But criticize them all you want to, because I mean, this is big boy football.
Well, and it comes from a place of it's not that I hate any of the kids or any of these players or anything. It's just
he wasn't a good player.
Exactly. I root for a school. They spent money on a kid that was a bust. He was a bust. It was the same thing with Mbakwe. And I get that it's great what they did in high school and how talented they are and stuff. That's great, but you're getting paid to produce at a college level in the SEC. And if you're not doing it, then goodbye.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No hard feelings. Like, best of luck to you, but I don't want you on my roster.
So let's see. So this past season, Collins appeared in 14 games, had 12 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks.
Honestly, the only time he showed up was the last couple of games.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not.
That's the only time that you ever heard anyone call his name.
And he was one of those guys where you knew coming over from Florida, it was you're going to hope that you can fix him and get the potential out of him, and they didn't.
Well, let's face it. 75% of the kids that's coming out of the portal, wherever they land, that coach believes they can fix them.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for those that can do it, you're going to have a successful football team.
Well, and to be perfectly fair, then it comes crunch time, and there's only so many guys left. And internally, you know that it's probably a wasted pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably wasted money.
And you just hope that you're wasting money on the guys you're paying $300,000 to and not $1.5 million to.
But you got to answer to a fan base. You have to answer to an administration. You better have somebody that at least perception-wise looks like they fit the bill.
I mean, it happens all the time. You know, who would have ever thought that certain guys would be bust, right? It happens to, you can't guess a lot of those things, but gotta produce.
So DraftKings just posted that before Trinidad Chambliss was denied his 6 year of eligibility, if he changed his mind and wanted to go in the NFL, the odds of him being the overall number 1 pick in the NFL draft was plus 5,500.
Yeah, okay. So not happening.
That was before he was denied.
Oh, okay. So now what is it?
It's plus 2,000.
Pretty significant jump.
That's a unbelievable jump from plus 5,500 to plus 2,000 to become the overall number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
How tall is he? Because I could just see that be, again, it'd be like the Kyler Murray thing. How big are they?
And he
doesn't look big.
Is he 6 foot?
Let's see. This says 6'1", 200 pounds. Okay, well that's what it says here. If he's 6'1", he's good.
So he's 6 foot.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's fine.
When we come back on 3-Man Front, we'll finish the week with some Pat Ponders. That's next.
134, the Friday edition of Three Man Front. Pat Ponders coming up. Do last night.
We hit on Trinidad, but we missed on Carson.
On
Beck.
Carson.
Carson had a pretty good game.
All right, we're going college football again tonight. Our friends at Prize Picks. You can join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Prize Picks is really easy to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get the picks right, you can cash in. We go to Atlanta tonight. Indiana taking on Oregon, the other half of the college football playoff semifinal. Fernando Mendoza, your reigning Heisman Trophy winner and quarterback for the Hoosiers, 208.5 passing yards, more or less for Fernando. A lot of pressure here.
We'll go more.
You're going to go more.
Can go more.
All right. How about Oregon's Dante Moore?
More for more, maybe.
226.5 passing yards, more or less.
You know what? It bit us last night. Let's go more for both of them.
Oh, we're going to go more
More for
on
both.
both of those. We hit on both of those. We're a winner. You can be a winner too. Download the Prize Pick app today. Use code WJOX. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even have to win to get that extra play. That's code WJOX. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. He comes up with questions. We try to answer those questions. This is what we call Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
Brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trussville. Goodbye and see them this weekend. This bad weather's going to be out of here, so good opportunity for go and shop brand new GMCs. They're in Trussville off of I-459 exit 32. All right, question number 1. Of the 4 teams that made this year's college football playoff semis, which of these teams will be in the exact same spot next year?
I'm not betting against Indiana. I just look at the roster and how he's put it together the first 2 seasons. Looks like he's going to have plenty of quarterback help. And I'll take Indiana to do it again.
So one of the 4, you think?
I'll go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Conrad, Molly, got a thought?
I would say one of the 4, and it would be either Indiana or Oregon would be who I pick, just because, first off, for Oregon, if Dante Moore comes back, you're going to be in a really good spot there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, for Indiana, you got Josh Hoover, the TCU quarterback. He's really good. And I mean, again, like they play Ohio State next year. Like, I mean, like their schedule's not going to be very difficult, so they'll definitely be in the playoff.
Do they have any non-cons worth a darn?
North Texas, Western Kentucky, and Howard. They play at Michigan, that could, okay, at Washington, okay, at Nebraska, and Ohio State.
I mean, that doesn't seem like
You made it sound like they
Yeah,
were going
you
to play
made it
like
sound
Purdue and
like they were getting Purdue and Northwestern every
Yeah, that
week.
Nebraska game will be tough.
was it in Lincoln?
Yeah. I
It'll
think.
it'll be one that we hype up all week and get really excited, and then it'll be a dud.
Probably.
Probably so.
I think one of the 4. And my best bet would probably be Indiana, because if you Google Kirk Cinetti, he wins.
That's true.
But then my second pick would be Oregon.
Okay. Next question. Name an SEC team that you think could have replaced another SEC team in this year's college football playoff and delivered better results in the tournament.
Oh, Texas over Oklahoma.
Okay.
Texas is good.
I think Vanderbilt would have been the better story, but I mean, Texas was playing really good football at the end of the year. I think they could have
loved
caused
to
some
see
problems.
Vandy.
So who would Vandy replace?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Mhm.
Not Alabama?
Diego Pavia?
Not Alabama?
Nah, I'd go Oklahoma.
I would have liked to see Vanderbilt or Texas, but
Who would they have replaced?
Oklahoma and
You want to say Alabama? Go ahead and say
Just
it.
say it.
Just say it. We're all friends here.
I was going to say James Madison, but I can't use that.
No.
Texas
another
A&M.
SEC
Say
team.
Texas A&M. Say it.
Alabama.
Dadgummit.
See, somebody could have said Texas for Texas A&M instead of going Oklahoma.
Yeah, Texas A&M's better than Oklahoma.
I like all of their offense is better than Oklahoma's.
I like James Madison's offense more than Oklahoma's.
Yeah.
Next question. These three NFL quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and Daniel Jones, all have resurrected their careers elsewhere from the team that drafted them. What are the chances that Tua can add his name to the list?
Zero.
No chance?
What?
I just think he's done. Like,
Why is he done? Is he because of his
I think it's because of
concussions?
I think he's physically and mentally shattered.
Okay.
Like, he's got a bowl of scrambled eggs up there, and his body's just waiting to fall apart. I hate it for him. I do. I love Tua, but you can only go through so much punishment.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just tired of seeing him hurt himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want to watch him get hurt.
I
Go
don't
live your life with your family, man. You got a great future. But yeah, I'm not not optimistic.
So
start your own clothing line through Perry Ellis.
That's right.
So
Just an
Conrad
idea.
is a resounding no. about
I'm
you?
a more than resounding no.
No hope.
No. I mean, maybe like 1%, like a smidgen, but
Mm-mm.
no.
I mean, you already signed your deal with the Dolphins. Just
Dude.
go off it in the sunset.
So of the three quarterbacks
Honestly.
I just mentioned, which of those three surprises you the most that they have been able to excel at their new location?
Who were the other ones?
Mayfield, Sam Darnold,
and
Daniel Jones.
Ooh, I'd probably say Darnold just because he's been so many different places and it hasn't worked. And because
For me,
he's
it was
been
Mayfield.
the Jets, the Panthers, the Seahawks, the 49ers. Like, I mean, he's been around. So I'd probably go Darnold.
I never thought Mayfield would have the turnaround he did when he left Cleveland.
I also think it's
I figured he
Mayfield.
was done,
Mhm.
and then what he went and did with the Bucks.
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold on Daniel Jones. That's why I didn't pick him.
Only two NFL quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League have won back-to-back years of 14 games,
Sam Darnold.
and Tom Brady.
And he did it for two
What a
different teams.
stat.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
That may never be done again for two different teams to do that.
Yep.
Pretty remarkable.
That is crazy. I was walking in the parking lot this previous weekend, and I saw something interesting in the parking lot, and I said, I got to ask this in Pat Ponders. What is the oddest object you've ever seen in a shopping center parking lot?
Use syringe.
Snakeskin.
That's really odd.
Especially when you can tell it's like freshly shed.
Yeah.
How
Did I
about you,
ruin the-
Molly?
Did I ruin the question?
Somebody just texted in they saw a goat in the back seat of a car.
That's
That's
definitely odd.
I feel sorry for some of the people, but there's one here locally, and it's a car, and it is packed to the ceiling and packed on the windshield where there's just a slot for the person to see to drive. And I wonder, does the person live in that car or just a hoarder?
I would go with living in the car. All right, so you said syringe. You said freshly
use syringe.
fresh-
Snakeskin. Freshly shed snakeskin.
That's nasty.
My snake used to shed. I would help him. Peel the little end piece off. Their eyes would get really milky. I knew he'd lose it there. Doesn't take much. Oddest thing you've seen in a parking lot, Molly. We surveyed 100 people.
I mean, I've seen a syringe when I lived in Nashville. That's all I can think of, though.
I had somebody one time, I was getting out of my car, it was so random, offered to change my oil while I was inside the store in exchange for a switchblade.
Woo. We got to keep going? Or are we done? Or
Your eyes are a little milky.
All right, final question of the week. Brought to
oh,
you
there's
by-
more.
Yeah, there's more. There probably shouldn't be, but there is. This is from BB. Christmas
I
20.
was sure that was the BB question.
Yeah,
No,
I,
that-
did. I thought so too.
No, that was my question.
Okay, that was a good one.
No, 'cause I was walking through the Walmart parking lot and I almost tripped on something, and I was like, "What in the world is this doing in the parking lot?"
What was it?
Protester.
I'm not.
Like the WNBA kind?
Was it Gumby?
It was not.
Okay, sorry. Next question, Pat.
Christmas 2025 is now behind us. While many people are taking down decorations and dealing with the mess of removing a live tree from their house, there is a large constituency of people that like to have their artificial trees up all year long. And they kind of turn them into theme trees. Valentine's Day, they decorate them for Valentine's Day, Easter, Memorial Day, 4th of July, etc. What is your opinion on keeping an artificial tree up the entire year?
It's not my thing. And there's a gentleman who lives on our street. He's great. And Christmas tree would stay up. Didn't realize what it was until we found out that his wife, and she passed away about 3 years ago, but she had dementia and Alzheimer's. So tree would get left up because she loved Christmas.
Oh,
That's very
And
sweet.
every day
Yeah.
was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very slow to judge anyone who does that. And that's obviously for another reason. But if you want to do it, if that's what makes you happy, you like seeing a theme tree in your house or around your home, I don't have an issue with it. I wouldn't do it personally.
I was about to say, I wouldn't do it either, but I mean, to each their own. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I just think it's funny because, there's probably some people, though, that do that with, well, I don't want to take this tree down. And then you end up doing more work throughout the year decorating it every 3 months as opposed to just taking it down
Yeah.
the first time. But I mean, if that's your flavor, then have at it.
yeah. I don't leave mine up all year round, but whatever floats your boat. If you want to decorate it, then knock yourself out.
This one, there's a text going back to your parking lot question. Jimmy says he found a syringe hidden behind the glove box in a car that he bought.
Ooh.
Don't like that.
Said wasn't a shopping center, but I saw a pair of used panties in a restaurant parking lot. Interesting.
Wait,
I
Used
yeah.
panties.
how do you?
yeah.
I don't know. I think there's
Were they turned inside out?
You think they skid across the parking?
You're just full of it today, aren't you?
someone texting in said that they saw a pig head mask in the back seat of a car.
Now that would worry me.
That would definitely
Yeah,
concern
don't
me
like
that I was
that.
going to get robbed. Yeah.
Corey says a guy in a jean vest and jean shorts that was bedazzled with leather gloves.
Bizarre, isn't it?
All right, we're gonna get
Snapping turtle in a Great Clips parking lot.
back. Okay,
It's one
we
way
gotta.
to cut your hair.
All right, more of a three-man friends. We wrap things up. Couple more minutes left to go, and we are done for the week. We'll be back in studio Monday at 10 a.m. The national championship game will be set as tonight. Semifinal as will be a rematch between Oregon and Indiana. You can hear the game right here on Jocks. Some news out of Tuscaloosa. It is now being reported that Cam Coleman, the outstanding wide receiver for Auburn, he is on campus. He has made it from Phoenix City, Alabama, his home city, to Tuscaloosa for an official visit. He has already visited Texas, Texas Tech, and Texas A&M, so this potentially could be the last visit. He originally, I think there was speculation that he might go to USC and visit, and that was quickly off the board. So he's been to those 3 Texas schools, and so now he is in Tuscaloosa. So we'll see how quickly he comes to a decision on where he wants to play football in 2026.
And Alabama getting commitments or visits set for various tight ends. A former Alabama tight end in Ty Lockwood has officially committed to the Arkansas Razorbacks from Boston College. Didn't know if
Very nice.
you remember Ty Lockwood.
I do remember that. Yeah. Good for him. Back in the SEC.
Yep. Going to Arkansas. Interesting.
Well, hopefully he fares better than the Billingsleys and Nyblacks of the world and how that went for them after they transferred.
Jalil.
A lot of potential, both of those guys.
That's what we kept hearing.
Both ended up at Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Cuevas is actually one of the few tight ends I can remember where it was a tight end that was used and it was a big part of the offense. Because we get so excited oftentimes about tight ends, and
I was about to say, you don't get a Brock Bowers or a Kyle Pitts in the SEC very often.
no. You know,
The
the
other-
one game you can point to. Hey, he was big in that game.
The other big story today in college football, Trinidad Chambliss, he was denied a 6th year of eligibility by the NCAA. Keith Carter, who's the athletics director at Ole Miss, he just released the following statement. We are disappointed with today's announcement by the NCAA and plan to appeal the decision